Well, good evening, racing fans. Welcome to racing action from Grand River Raceway for this Monday evening, final week of racing action for 2025. And, I see the Fowl are having a great time, just enjoying the water. We got a lot of water yesterday, but the track is fine, listed as fast. No, we're about 16 minutes or so away from post time. We're just having a few technical difficulties getting the graphics up and showing. We got hit by lightning yesterday during that big storm, so there's been a mad dash to try to get things up and rolling, and we're just a few minutes late getting rolling, but we think we've ironed out all the bugs from the technical glitches. And
No, we don't. We're just gonna put changes up right now.
we'll get to that in a second, but we will have the changes coming up without the odds as we're working through the situation. Race number 1, number 7, Serenity Cruise. Driver to be announced. And actually, the driver is going to be Sammy Filia. So there's some updates. Sammy Filia, and minus the blinkers on Serenity Cruise. Sammy Filia will drive 7 Serenity Cruise in race 1. Race number 2, no changes. No changes, race 2. Race number 3, 1 new shooter. Driver to be announced. Race number 4, number 3, Reinvest. Scotty Calder off all of his drives, so we'll need a driver in the 4th race on 3, Reinvest, and we will get that shortly. And fans, just hot off the presses, if you want it, race 3, 1 new shooter, Garrett Rooney. Garrett Rooney is going to drive 1 new shooter in the 3rd. Note race 4, TBA on the 3. Race number 5, number 7, Boots and Bling, driver to be announced. In the 6th race, scratched is number 3, Doc's Philly Cheese. Race 6 scratched the 3. 7th race, we'll need a driver for Ford Tempting, driver to be announced. And the 8th race, there are no changes. Once again, reviewing races 1 and 2, note that Sammy Filia in the 1st race drives 7 Serenity Cruise, and minus the blinkers, Sammy Filia drives the 7 in the 1st. And the 2nd race, there are no changes.
Just audio for sugar, okay?
And, we're going to bring in our handicapping expert and also our London bureau chief and our co-host as well. No video today, so you shaved and combed your hair for, well, I don't think there's a lot of hair to comb, but I shouldn't say anything. We don't get to see you tonight, but we're going to get to hear you, buddy.
Well, that's just fine with me. I'm not so picture perfect most times, but you know what? Things are pretty good here in London, Ontario. Had a good weekend. Went down the highway with my colleague Greg Blanchard to catch the action at Woodbine Mohawk Park Saturday night. Bo Jangles wanted to see him race in person again, and he did not disappoint. $1 million race winner. What a colt.
Yeah, you asked me a question. It was too early how he compares with the beach, but he keeps on doing things. Maybe at some point that is a question that will have to be asked, but it's great to just see that we have a monster on our hands right now.
Yeah, many right now. Even a friend from overseas, down under, he stated it as well. Very similar to the time of some beach somewhere. I mean, this colt is now 8 for 8, and just shy of $1 million in career earnings. Still a few more big ones to go this season. I mean, Dr. Ian Moore, the trainer, he likes to keep his rookie pacers and trotters at 10 starts in their debut season. So he might go up and over that should he go on to the Super Finals, of course, and the Breeders' Crown right in his backyard here at Woodbine Mohawk Park.
Yeah, that's a tricky question. I mean, you don't want to burn them out and not have them be great at 3, but yet, sometimes you got to make hay when the sun's shining. It's hard to walk away from a big race when your horse is looking like, I can handle this, no problem.
I was a little bit worried about him too on Saturday night when I saw him come out on parade, and they pulled the sheet from him. I thought, wow, is he looking a little wet? Was he maybe a little hot down in the paddock? And I was kind of concerned. And then he got hung 3 deep through the opening turn and parked up the backside by the other unbeaten colt, Frantic Hanover. But he handled it well. And I was up in the grandstand, outdoor grandstand, watching him come down the stretch. But I had to get down to the winner's circle to see him come back, and I got a little video clip of him walking back to the barn with his caretakers, and he looked even better following the race than he did during or before it. It was like he hadn't even gotten out there and done the big mile of 49 and change. I mean, he's just something else.
Yeah, well, that's impressive that he would look good after the race. You know how you and I would look after a race as the ambulance carted us away. But
Yeah, I'd be on a stretcher like this.
hey, listen, we're 10 minutes to post time. I hope things have dried up your way. I guess we had a bunch of rain here. We had
Yeah.
some technical difficulties. That's why we're not blessed.
Got my car washed.
Yeah, the free car wash. I love those free car
It
washes.
was a pretty good rain.
Yeah, well, I hope you're going to reign with us here this evening with some heavy handicapping selections and bomb away. And we also,
Oh, I hope so too, Gary.
yeah, well,
Yeah.
so bring us some wisdom at 7 minutes to post time. We'll do the pick five.
Cool. Sounds good. Alrighty, folks, leading into a Monday evening race card, an abbreviated card for this evening. We've got 8 dashes on tap. So we've got the one and only pick 5 play up front, a $5,000 guaranteed pool as always, covering races 1 through 5. We'll follow that up in race number 2 with the early pick 4, $2,500 guaranteed pool on the pick 4 play starting up in race number 2. So before that, though, a group of trotters in the opener. It's a fine-looking group of trotters. The earliest action coming for the 2, the Fixer, Austin Sorey, going on board now as a co-favorite with number 4, Yank My Halo. Number 7, Serenity Cruise. Liking the chances from that outside gate. I don't mind that outside post. Got plenty of gate speed to work with. Another one that I'll include in the opening leg of my pick 5 ticket idea is number 3, Global News. Why not? This mare, longest shot on the board currently. I don't think she'll go away as the longest shot. She shouldn't. Congratulations going out to our friend. He's been at the river quite a bit this summer. He's a Raceway regular. Well, he picked up his 2,000th career driving victory yesterday at Leamington. Congratulations to Mr. Garrett Rooney, who was with us tonight at the river, driving number 3, Global News. So great to see Garrett hit that 2,000 career driving win milestone. We knew he was sitting on it and likely would get it over the weekend. So good on you, Garrett. Congratulations. So for me, the opening leg, 2, 3, 4, and 7 for this pick 5. Over in race number 2, I went 2. Takes No Bull along with 5, Nola's Bet. I'm going to go like 3 deep, maybe 4 deep in the third race. 2, 3, 4, and 6 in there. I've got Storm Along, Magical Ian, He's Sporty, Vis-a-vis Blue Chip on the outside. Then we single up. We've got a single in race number 4. It's the 6th, Lady Gambler. That's the one we need to show up in race number 4, singling that one up all day. And on the end of it, we went inside to the Lies We Tell McWicket move. It'll be all right. 1, 2, and 3, just like that on the end of the pick 5 play. But I need that single in race number 4, number 6, Lady Gambler, to show up. I think that ticket is somewhere in the vicinity of $19.20 on a 20-cent wager. Gary Guy, track announcer. Gary Guy.
Listen,
a lucky man that was able to call some beach somewhere in a few of those big races back in his younger years. The some beach somewhere, the beach.
4 times.
Never got to see him in person, Gary. But right now, for me, Bojangles, he's been okay for me to watch.
Well, that's your beach, but you have 4 times with the beach.
Yeah.
2 here and 2 at Farnborough. And but in race number 1, you're taking the 2 on top, the Fixer. I got the 4, Yank My Halo, on top. You used 4 horses. I used 3, so I got the 2, 4, and 5. Yank My Halo, the Fixer, and also Valuable Miss. There's one that I'm throwing in, and Kyle Boston's looking to try to score the training record this year, the training title.
Just a few days left to do it.
Yeah, he's tied with Rubber Kyle Fellow, so we'll find out. Wow. So I got those 3, the 2, 4, and 5. I love Yank My Halo in there. And second race, I just have Takes No Bull and Nola's Bet. I only went 2 deep, and those are your 2. Just flip the order, but it's the same.
Yeah, we're on the same
2.
page then, right? Yeah.
Race number 3, we both like Storm Along. I only added Vis-a-vis Blue Chip. I didn't go 4 deep, just those 2. So I took your first and your 4th and left the others out, Magical Ian and He's Sporty. So, I go a little cheaper on these tickets. 4th race, guess what? A single. Lady Gambler, I'm with you, buddy. And then you've got the inside 3 in the 5th race. I just have It'll Be All Right and Prescelto as my top 2. So I actually added Prescelto, and I just think Prescelto is one that could be sitting a good race. Remember, racing in the non-winners at 3 at Georgian Downs. Now this is a non-winners at 2, and was second in back-to-back non-winners at 3. So Prescelto is one that I'm going to add in there. So I'm spending just...
I thought about it, Gary. I had a big question mark throughout his chart lines there. I'm looking at it now, and yes, indeed, he's the one and only horse I put a big question mark on.
Well, I think he's not going to be a question mark, but I think he's going to be great in there. And look, $7.20. I don't spend as much money.
Yeah, well, you were hitting pretty good there last week, eh? With your cheaper tickets, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I normally look the map out around $24 on a pick five play because even if it comes in kind of chalky, you pretty much got a good shot of getting your money back.
Yeah, well, I want to do more than get my money back. I want to make some money. Look, I can tell you
All
also in
right.
the fourth race, number 3, Reinvested, to be Brett McDonald. And note back in the third, too, one new shooter is Garrett Rooney. So those are added driver changes. Scotty Coulter not here this evening. I hope he's fine. And
There's a change in the opener too, right, Gary?
absolutely, we have Sammy Filia on number 7, Serenity Cruise. It is a field of 7, and well, we're going to have the horses out on postboard in just a moment, and we'll be back to talk to you about the first race.
Wonderful.
Field on post parade for race 1. 1 is All Star Goldie, Daryl Thiessen for Steve Watson and All Star Farms. Number 2 is The Fixer, Austin Sorry for David Fry. Number 3 is Global News, Garrett Rooney for Angela Carroll. Number 4 is Yank My Halo, Roger Matt for Just in Time Stable and Ben Mudry and RAW Equine. And number 5 is Valuable Miss, Damian McClellan for Kyle Bossons and Trevor Henry Stables. Note there is 6 Like Chaos, Bruce Richardson for Joe Coffey. And there's 7 Serenity Cruise, Sammy Filia for Don Lindsay and Jeff and Bernie Barr. Well, Sugar, we'll be going a little bit blind here because we're having still technical difficulties, so we'll need to post the
Sure.
odds. So, we can see the program. We can see what to go with here. Although, you and I disagree right off the hop because I'm all over Yank My Halo and you're into The Fixer. But, The Fixer has got a bit of bad class and was good last time out.
Yeah, he's been a great check getter this season. Just a one-time winner in 2025, but he's almost banked 20 grand, and he's showing well in recent starts with 3 runner-up finishes in his last 5 outings. Folks might be tuning in and watching and looking at the graphics and thinking, what's going on here? Well, you mentioned a lightning strike, Gary.
Yeah, we got hit by lightning, and we had a huge downpour, a monumental amount of rain, and I mean,
Sure.
I was down at Flamborough, so it wasn't as big of a factor, but apparently Kitchener-Waterloo really got hit. In fact, one house got hit by
Oof.
lightning and caught fire, so
Yeah.
we didn't.
Wow.
Yeah, the only thing hot here this evening in terms of fire will be your picks. I'm counting on them. The Fixer is your top one,
Hey,
9-2. You got to live up to it, buddy.
let's go.
Three Global News. You get Garrett Rooney looking to carry some momentum from 2,000 wins and drive off with a win here to start off the night.
Well, this mare is doing some good things. She's got 4 victories in her last 6 outings. One of those here at Grand River Raceway, 156-3, life best here at the river. That took place late August. So Rooney went away for the weekend after a Friday night, brief stint at the river, and we figured he was going to hit that 2,000 career driving win milestone. He missed it at Sarnia, but he had no trouble getting there yesterday afternoon at Leamington.
Look at that, 18-1 on the 3 Global News, your second choice. I didn't use this
Unbelievable.
one in my top 4, and I didn't use them to pick 5. So, and
And
Angela
he's G
Carroll.
Money.
Yeah, Angela Carroll and G Money. You could take them. How about number 4, Yank My Halo? That's my top one. And 10th last time at Mohawk, and I said, yeah, I don't care.
Got to use him here. I mean, the heaviest action is on this horse. Do I think he's worth 2 to 5? Not quite. I mean, he did get a win at Georgian in 156 when sailing all the way. Roger Mayett was on board. Roger Mayett was with us end of last week there for a victory. So great to have Mayett back with us this evening. He'll try to start things up again.
Do you see who he beat there on August the 12th at Georgian Downs?
I do. The fixer.
The fixer
Let's
was
turn the tables.
Yeah, the fixer was second. Well, 2 to 5. I think I'm almost would be tempted to take that shot because the fixer's a nice one too.
Oh.
But Yank My Halo, I just ignored that last race and said no. Yank My Halo's a really good trotter, but I don't like the price. Number 7, Serenity Cruise, was really good a little earlier in the meet, and last race was okay. It was up in the action for a good chunk of the race.
And he still managed to trot a mile and 55 and change when finishing fourth. So it's leading all the way. Sammy Filion with a catch driving assignment here. We know Sammy is pretty good at sending one at the river. He's pretty good, probably one of the best at timing that gate at the start. So I would expect Sammy to put the 7 in play early and maybe try to stick around late.
And should mention again, we have the blue screen because we're having problems with our graphics, so we're not able to show the horses, or we have to show either the prices or the horses. And I said, you don't want to open a store and have no price tags. You can't sell anything, so you got to show the price. And you don't want to talk about Valuable Miss because I think Valuable Miss is one that I used on the pick 5, and last race was the trailer post. But you go back 3 races ago, was second to Royalty Beer. That's a good measuring stick.
The more I look at this race, Gary, the more I'm thinking this is so wide open. Another mare that shows some speed at the river in 55 and then finishing second best, like you said, to a really nice trotter in Royalty Beer. I don't think there's a horse in here that should be 1 to 2, but I don't think there's a horse in here that should be 16 to 1 either. Again, the more I look at this race, Gary, so even.
Yeah, well, you know what? The gate is rolling right now in front of me, so we'll cut to that shot. And there's your final look at the odds for Yank My Halo is 1 to 2. The fixer is 4 to 1, and there is the field for race number 1 taking up their positions. It's All-Star Goldie, the fixer, and Global News, Yank My Halo, Valuable Miss to the outside like Chaos, and Serenity Cruise. It's a field of 7 for race number 1. Field of 7, race number 1. In the backstretch, gathering speed approaching the start. Like Chaos is going to leave with Serenity Cruise. Like Chaos went off stride. Serenity Cruise is able to grab the lead. Yank My Halo. All-Star Goldie. The fixer is 4th right now. Then Global News and Valuable Miss. And back off stride is Like Chaos. But Serenity Cruise was able to cruise right out and get the early lead for Sammy Filion. And racing second, All-Star Goldie. Yank My Halo is forwardly placed and is going to pop out, I think, from 3rd. Yes is out now and is charging up on the outside as they race off the turn and come on towards us. All-Star Gold leading the way is Serenity Cruise, and on the outside, Yank My Halo. All-Star Goldie's in the pocket. The fixer is racing 4th, and now Yank My Halo is going to clear to the front. Serenity Cruise is 2nd. The fixer is going to come first over. All-Star Goldie is racing 4th, and then Global News and Valuable Miss, and they battle their way up towards the half. Yank My Halo is getting a visitor now. The fixer on the outside outside is challenging Yank My Halo. Serenity Cruise is in the pocket on the back of Yank My Halo, who's heavily favored, and All-Star Goldie is racing second over fourth, and Global News is fifth. They race on down the backstretch. The Fixer, Yank My Halo, racing second, trying to hold off the Fixer. Yank My Halo on the inside, trying to come back. The Fixer leads it by half a length. The Fixer, Yank My Halo, and racing on the outside, All-Star Goldie, then Serenity Cruise. The Fixer is able to clear to the front and lead by a length and a half now, and the Fixer starting to get away. The Fixer leads by about 2.5 or 3. Yank My Halo, All-Star Goldie, Serenity Cruise, and Global News, but the Fixer as they turn for home. All-Star Goldie looking to take second from Yank My Halo. The Fixer as they come on down the stretch drive. And the Fixer as they come on to the finish is under wraps at the finish and is going to come on and grab this one. Then Yank My Halo is going to stay for second. Then it was Serenity Cruise and Global News. And well, we'll give you the mile time later, but I'll tell you this one for certain, Sugar, is that you're off to a flying start. The Fixer got the better of Yank My Halo on this evening, and you were all in on the Fixer.
I was. I loved him in there. I wasn't a big fan of the price at the end. I mean, he was providing some pretty good value leading up to the race, but he took late action, made him a second choice at 9-5. But he's a going away winner, a well-meant winner here for Austin Sorey. Yank My Halo did well to hold down second, punching on through, appeared to be a 7, Serenity Cruise maybe, back for third, and then Global News and Rooney looking to complete that superfecta.
Yeah, you know what? Your top ones were 2, 3, 4, 7, so, you were wrong because it's 2, 4, 7, 3. What the heck do you know?
Backwards, story of my life.
Yeah, but you nailed the winner, and the winner was clearly the best. And yeah, the odds did come down, but I guess you chased those odds down. I said that you needed to be hot here tonight, and well, you said, okay, then I guess we'll just do that.
I just looked at the odds of that, and I looked at the race. The more you talked about a few of the other horses that were in there, I said, you know what, it's so even now. There, no shot any horse should have been 2-5 going to the gate in there, but Yank My Halo did well to get second, but they weren't beating this one tonight. The Fixer was so good.
And an honest,
romping away winner did it quite easy.
An honest win because had to do it first up and get the better, and was able to clear over Yank My Halo. So, it wasn't like he tripped out. No, he earned it.
I guess we'll call that a confident steer with a confident horse.
Yeah, and a confident pick, too, by you. So there's the Fixer back in front of us. It is the Fixer, 9-year-old Trixton Bay gelding, owned by a numbered company. David Fry is the trainer. Austin Sorey, the winning driver. The Fixer, second win on the season, 29th lifetime. The top four are 2, 4, 7, 3. That is 2, 4, 7, 3, the top four. And the fractions in the first race, 27 to the quarter, 57 and 2. 57 and 2 is the half. Three quarters 125 and 3. 125 and 3. And the mile was 155 and 3 for the Fixer. 155 and 3. The first race payouts, number 2, the Fixer, 580, 260, 210. 4, Yank My Halo, 270, 210. 7, Serenity Cruise, 260. $2 Exactor, 14.20. Dollar Try, 28.50. Dollar Super, 113.40. 20-cent Super, 22.68. That's 22.68, 20-cent Super. Second race is up next, a field of 6. No changes. Post time coming up shortly. Fans, note the first race order finish from the top. In program order is 514-2673. That's 514-2673 on the bottom. Well, fans, we are experiencing a little technical difficulty. Got hit by lightning yesterday, so our graphics aren't working, but you know what? Our handicapper's working. He's here and he's working hard. He gave you the first race winner, and he's going to give you a pick four here that's wired up to be a rock solid selection. And starting off in the second race, tell us, what do you got here for your pick four starting from race number 2?
Well, race number 2, I don't have that current heavy favorite as my top selection. I do include him in the opening leg of this pick four play. It's a $2,500 guaranteed pool, part of the go-to wagering menu at the river. So I do use that too. Takes no bull in the pick four, but he's my second best play in race number 2. I'm all over number 5, Nola's Bet, going second time with trainer Kyle Fellows after missing 2 months. There's my angle for number 5. There's no way this horse goes away at 19-1 with 5 minutes to post time now. 2 and 5 for me to start things up in the pick four play. Over into race number 3. That's where I've opted to go 4 deep. I'm using 2, 3, 4, and 6. My top selection there is Storm Along. Brett McDonald with us tonight. Gets a live bullet to work with there in the third. Fourth race is my single, and maybe a single for many. Number 6, Lady Gambler for me. She's kind of popping off the page with that 54 and change mile in her latest. And on the end of it, we'll go inside to the 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. The lies we tell, McWicked, move, and it'll be all right. Now Gary's got me a little nervous for not using the 5 on the end of it.
Yeah, look, we're working on some technical solutions as we try to get through this problem that we do have in terms of the graphics. But lightning's done a number on us, and I thought I'd jokingly say the reason why we have the blue screen up is celebrating the Blue Jays clinching a playoff berth. But then somebody
That's as good a reason as any.
Somebody might think I'm not joking around and then say, "Can you believe what he said?" Anyway.
Oh, I was watching the game yesterday, and I had to pop up to upstairs to the neighbor saying, "I hope you didn't get too concerned about me yelling at the TV." There was a catch made in the outfield for the Blue Jays yesterday, but they called it a trap.
Yeah, and you were like, "No." Hey, look.
Oh, no way! I mean, sometimes you just got to shake your head.
Sometimes you have to scream at the TV, just to behave. And look, in this...
right? Well, it was either that or go for a walk, but I was into the Jays game, so I wasn't going for a walk.
No, forget going for a walk. You can do that later. Make them...
Yeah.
I got to get walking soon, though, buddy. Number 5, Nola's Bet in the second race is your top one, but I went with the 2 takes no bull, but I did add Nola's Bet, so I'm with you on the 2 and 5. Third race, I got Storm Along. I think you're on the right track there, and Vis-a-Vis Blue Chip. I only went 2 deep. Fourth race, we love Lady Gambler. We singled that one up, and it's not even so much that I love Lady Gambler. I don't love any of the others, so Lady Gambler was left with that one, and that's the level of my love. And the fifth race, I have 3 in there. I have the 1, 3, and 5. I like It'll Be All Right as my top one, but I added 5 Prosciutto. That's the one I think that just could upset you there, but you're rolling and things are fine. I mean, I did include in the first race the Fixer as my second choice, so my plan B, at least I did have a plan B, as you've taught me. Sometimes I only have a plan A, and that's not good enough. But I only spent $2.40.
Oh, you go shopping and you find bargains, don't you?
Well, I try not to spend a whole pile on it, because that way when I'm wrong, at least I'm not out as much. But look, got to be right once in a while too, and I've nailed it 1 or 2, but not at the level that you've been able to nail them. Of course, you broaden out and nail them, and that's the name of the game. Look, there is a look at, we've got the horses. We're working on the technical problems. They're trying to size this up, and we're going a little blind. We're going old school.
Old school indeed. Hunch play of the night might be in that third race with the 2-horse Storm Along. I mean, look what the Storm did to the river on the weekend with the lightning strike.
Yes. Look, we're gonna get through this. We got some talented people are working along, and even as we're not, even as we don't get it solved, Josie Bean's on the job, and Josie's she's been with us for a number of years. Yeah. Or first time she ever said pajama party. I'm like, what are you talking about? That's her name for the post parade. It's a pajama party.
Yeah, I learned that up at Clinton this summer. It's cute.
Well, we're about a minute away from the post parade or less, and then we'll talk to you about the second race horses coming up shortly.
Sounds good.
Go to one.
Field on post parade for race number 2. One is live wire Sealster, Mario Bay at a shot for William McClure. Number 2 is Takes No Bull, Semi-Filia for Luke Blaine, Determination. Number 3 is Tisha Sealster, Jason Ryan for Chris Haskell and Stanley Henderson. Number 4 is Speed Rider, Mike Whalen for Walter Whalen and Chris Nickel. 5 is No Lisbeth, Damian McClellan for Robert Kyle Fellows and Hut Racing. And number 6, St. Lad's Crypto, Garrett Rooney for Gerald Lilly and St. Lad's Farm. Field of 6, race number 2. And Sugar, we're going a little less blind now. We get to see these horses as we're working through the technical difficulties of the lightning strike yesterday. And, well, you're hoping that Nola's Bet can strike a little lightning here. I like your logic on why this one's going to step forward and be better. And look at Nola's Bet. It came from 19 to 1 down to 9 to 1.
Oh, there's more than a few angles for this 5 for me, Gary. And right off the hop, I'll tell you, I side it with the 5 on top over 2 because we got a 3-year-old taking on a 2-year-old.
Yeah.
And of course, Nola's Bet, like I said, second time for trainer Kyle Fellows, and the second time after missing a couple of months. So what are we going to see tonight?
You keep sending me that memo, and I keep throwing it in the garbage and not reading it.
Oh,
And, I don't know, man. It could be the death of me here.
I thought about going after this 2-year-old. If there was one 2-year-old I was going to play tonight over an older horse, it was going to be this 2, Takes No Bull. But I stuck with what I've been saying for the last month or so. I will not take a 2-year-old over an older horse the rest of the meet.
I like the way you're doing that. Although, if you gave me some beach somewhere when he was a 2-year-old, or Bojangles, I'll tell you what, Bojangles in with this field. I think I'm going Bojangles.
Gee, Bojangles, he looks like an age pacer. What a neck on him.
Yeah, absolutely, man. But look, I'd take Bojangles all day long in this field.
Oh, 100%.
I'd empty out my bank account at 1 to 9, get my $2.10, but then that's always dangerous. Number 2, Takes No Bull. Look, this is one that was really good last race, second beaten ahead in 55-3, and also gets a better post position now.
He does get an okay post position. You know what? If you're gate blasting at the river, I want you leaving post 5. That's what it is.
There's logic to
and
that.
And Nola's Bet is a gate blaster, so
post 5 is the number
that's
one.
That's my favorite post at the river.
Well, for good reason. It wins the most, 19.6% coming up to September 17th, and one has actually crept up now. Is second.
I'm thinking even post 7 might be better than post 2, is it?
No. So yeah, it's 5 is the top one, and then surprisingly, 1 is second.
Wow.
And then the 2 and 4 are even, and then the 3, and then we get to the outside post. So actually,
wow, I would have figured the 6 and 7 would have been ahead of the inside because, But no, I'll take post 5 all day. Takes no bull, though. Nice 2-year-old. Daughter of Bulldog Hanover. Certainly keen to play last time out, though. Got stung through a hot opening quarter, 27-1. Was out and rolling late. So maybe just a little bit rugged for a 2-year-old in the latest. Can she come back to herself in this one?
What about,
She is facing a 3-year-old.
What about Tisha Sealster? This is one that's making now a 4th start, and one that sent up a Chris Haskell, and he's often got some numbers.
You know what? A very strong deuce into a slowing pace late August, and now sitting near the back of the bus in the last couple of goes. No chance to make anything happen, but the speed is pretty good. Showing some good back half speed there. Trips in 56. Tisha Sealster is going to be my beware horse in here, Gary.
And
no
then,
shot she's sitting 7th or 8th because we only got 6 of them in here.
And St. Lad's Crypto, off of a win last time, but is not getting much love from us.
Well, I'll tell you what, Rooney knows the horse. He had it here at the river, 3 back, post 9, does nothing for a horse that wants to be on the lead. So she goes back to Sarnia and cuts a couple of miles out, winning one of them, finishing 3rd in the other. I think Garrett Rooney might want to ask for some speed here from St. Lad's Crypto.
Yeah, and look, it is a field of 6, and you can see they're moving up towards us, so we'll just get ready for a second race and see if your Nola's bet can get the job done.
Yeah, I like it.
Field for race number 2, taking up their positions. Live Wire Sealster takes no bull on the inside. Tisha Sealster, Speed Rider in the center. To the outside, Nola's Bet, and St. Lad's Crypto. Field for the second race. All in position. There at the start and the off. From the outside, Nola's Bet and St. Lad's Crypto. And then it is Takes No Bull taking 3rd. Live Wire Sealster, Tisha Sealster, Speed Rider, but St. Lad's Crypto is coming on now and is going to grab the lead. St. Lad's Crypto, and then Nola's Bet and Takes No Bull. Racing forth is Live Wire Sealster, then Tisha Sealster and Speed Rider. St. Lad's Crypto as they race off the turn, rolling on towards us, and leads past that opening quarter, and in the pocket, Nola's Bet. Now up and driving on the outside, surging up hard is Takes No Bull. Takes No Bull wants to come on and take the lead and is going to clear to the front. Takes No Bull, St. Lad's Crypto. Racing position second, 2.5 lengths back. Then it is Nola's Bet who's racing position third on the inside. As they race on up past the half, Tisha Sealster fourth, Live Wire Sealster, and Speed Rider is trailing the field. But it is Takes No Bull who leads on down the backstretch. That advantage right now is about 2.25. Nola's Bet on the outside is coming alongside St. Lad's Crypto. Has work to do though, as Takes No Bull looks very sharp on top. Not receiving any urging right now. Leads by 2, but that lead is shrinking a little bit. St. Lad's Crypto, then Tisha Sealster, Live Wire Sealster, and Speed Rider. They work their way on by 3/4, and it is Takes No Bull who leads still. Takes No Bull, St. Lad's Crypto, Nola's Bet. Tisha Sealster is out wide and is coming quickly, but it is still Takes No Bull as the field comes to the top of the stretch. Takes No Bull and Tisha Sealster. Takes No Bull on down the stretch. Tisha Sealster is coming, scooting up the inside of St. Lad's Crypto. Takes No Bull, center of the track, Nola's Bet. Nola's Bet is coming on against Takes No Bull. Nola's Bet, Takes No Bull. Nola's Bet appeared to get there. Tisha Sealster was on the outside and Takes No Bull on the inside. I think it was Nola's Bet, but you know what? We could use a photo.
Oh boy. Not sure if my Nola's Bet got there or not, but if she did, she's going to reward her backers at 10-1. Her price went up as the race started. She went from 7-1 to 10 like that. Unbelievable.
Yeah, and look, I mean, you mentioned right away at the beginning the value on this one.
Yeah, that's what I was chasing after. I figured there wouldn't be much value on the 2-year-old. Takes no bull. In fact, he goes away at 1 to 5.
Well, Sugar, you
He
schooled
was
me
paid.
again. It is the
Well,
5 Nola's bet. I keep throwing that memo in
wow.
the garbage. You keep sending it to me, and I keep pitching it that your memo take the
Uh,
3-year-old over the 2-year-old. And look, also takes no bull was game a long way, but there's maybe the difference being that 2-year-old is just not quite strong enough to finish.
we might be ice cold in here. I've got 5-2-3-6
I know.
on a superfecta. Now, I'm not sure if the 2 stayed for second, but if she
I
did,
don't
it's a
think so.
$55 exactor.
I got a feeling that on the outside the 3 gets up, so I think it's a 5-3-2-6.
We'll
But
know here, I
we'll
guess. With
see.
the slow mo, we get a better idea.
The way I saw it was the 3, but you know what? I was looking more at the win to make sure I got the win right, and so here you go with
That's a 3.
yeah.
That looks like a 5-3-2-6 all day.
That's what I thought I saw. I might be maybe old, but I can still see the odd finish. And Nola's bet, but listen, you were definitive about Nola's bet over the favorite, and then the first race you were definitive about the fixer. So I said you had to bring some wisdom tonight and be on fire, and well, fire you are. Coming back in front of us is number 5, Nola's Bet. And Nola's Bet is a 3-year-old Better's Delight Bay filly owned by Hut Racing, trained by Robert Kyle Fellows. Damon McClellan is the driver, and it is the first win for Nola's Bet this year in lifetime, victorious in race number 2.
Pricing.
The second race, number 5. Nola's Bet pays 22.67.50 and 8.80. Number 3, Tisha Sealster, 7.20 and 5.10, and 2 Takes No Bull, 2.10. $2 exactor, $134. Dollar try, 208.75. Dollar super, 409.90. 20-cent super, 81.98. $2 double of 2 and 5, 68.80. Fans note the second race order of finish from the top down in program order 632-514. That's 632-514. Here are the fractions from the second race. The opening quarter was 27 to the quarter. The half was 56 and 4. That half was 56 and 4. Three quarters, they got to three quarters in 125. And the mile, 155 and 4. Nola Isbet victorious in 155 and 4. Third dash up next, coming up shortly. Fans note in race 5 scratched is number 7 Boots and Bling. Race 5 scratch 7 Boots and Bling. And in race number 7, number 4 Tempting, Jay Harris will drive. Race 7, 4 Tempting, Jay Harris will drive. Field on post parade for
Try it out. See.
race number 3. One is new shooter Garrett Rooney for John Braid.
Take it out. Going in it. Oops, sorry.
Number 2 is Storm Along, Brett McDonough for Greg McNair and Bradley Grant. Number 3 is Magical Ean, semi-failure for Anthony Beaton and David Lumsden. Number 4, he's Sporty, Daryl Thiessen for Jim Flynn and Doreen Flynn. 5 is He's Touring, Jason Ryan for Louis F. Timietis and Alex Colco. And number 6, Vis-a-Vis Blue Chip, Jay Harris for Robert Kyle Fellows and Mickey Sudar and Arpad Zapo. Let's get a look at this field and shooter 1 to 5 on Storm Along. You got yourself the double paying $68, but Storm Along's not going to give you any money here in the third, but we're on them.
Well, I can use maybe one favorite throughout this early multi-leg sequence part of things. We got a second choice in front, race 1. We got a 10 to 1 shot. Race 2, likely to be a favorite here, Storm Along. I don't see them getting to him. I mean, he's showing 52 and change in the latest, and he's got a strong gate push, likely to be on or near the lead, and Brett McDonald gets along with him just fine.
Yeah, and look, Storm Along just overall has won. Look at last year, 150 and 2 at Mohawk. He's got back class. He's got a lot of positives, including the fact that it's Greg McNair who's won lots of races here. A lot of positives. Number 3, Magical Ean, though, that last race at Flamborough actually was a decent outing, beaten just a length and a half. The overall record isn't great on the season, and one that's a little bit wind shy, but does have 7 runner-up finishes and 5 thirds in the past 2 seasons. Your second one is Magical Ean at 9 to 1.
Yeah, I saw him passing a horse there late in the latest. 56 and 2 is okay over Grand River Raceway. Was hoping for a better price, actually. I didn't think he'd be like a co-third choice right now.
He's dropping.
How
Well,
he
he dropped
was
last
9
race.
to 5 in the morning line, I don't know.
Yeah. Look, this is one that faced some tough ones. Look at Lotto Max, Convoy 22, Onyx Bovino. Magical Ean dropped the last start at Flamborough and gets to stay down. So I do think that Magical Ean is likely to be a big factor. I used that one for third. You used this one for second. Number 4, he's Sporty. You get Daryl Thiessen, Jim Flynn. Boy, the record on this season overall, not too sporty, but it gets a little thin after the first couple in this dash.
It does. Yeah, there's some big bombers in here that have shown big double-digit odds in many of their recent starts. He's Sporty, just trying to crack the top 3 for the first time in 2025. He's got a big 0-4 in 26 outings, yet to hit the top 3, but maybe this is a spot where Daryl Thiessen can wake him up, pass a few horses, and hit the board.
Came home good last time out, though. 56 and 3 back half, and also is one that just I think more is headed for He's Sporty, and yeah, Daryl drove him last time out, so Daryl that was the first time Daryl driving, but maybe he got a little more out of this horse last time out. That was a much better final quarter. That was the best final quarter that he's shown.
Yeah, and he's passed like 3 horses in that final quarter as well. So confidence might be riding higher than in recent starts. That latest one is definitely the best one that pops off the page.
And then number 6, Vis-a-Vis Blue Chip. I actually included this one on that pick 5. I'm still alive, even though I had to go to Plan B in both the first and second. I didn't take your top one and didn't take your advice. I got the memo and threw it out. My bad, but Vis-a-Vis Blue Chip, this is one that at least has 6 top 2s in 21 starts this year. And, last race was at Mohawk, 52 and 3.
Yeah, and his best chance is going to be to be near the lead. I mean, Jay Harris gets a good spot to lead from post 6. I think out of any horse besides the 2, it's Vis-a-Vis Blue Chip. I thought this one would be a heavy second choice. Like you've got the 2 at 2 to 5. Well, this fella, I figure, should be about 2 to 1, right behind him.
Yeah, and
I
this is
mean, he's
one.
got a gate blast that he might be able to stay close to storm along and might be able to upset him here.
If you look at that start here, September the 8th, that's the class above this one, blasted to the
Right?
front, and only Harry G and Reactor Now got by, and they're definitely much tougher. I just think vis-a-vis Blue Chip is a sleeper here at 2 to 5. I'd actually be willing to go against Stormalong just because of the price and take a shot at 5 to 1. I think that much of the chance of vis-a-vis Blue Chip. And yeah, Mohawk
Yeah, I
didn't
think
get
I'm
much
with you.
done. Yeah, but look, Mohawk didn't
I
get
think I'm
much
with
done.
you.
52-3 though. I
Yeah.
mean, went over the track at least quick enough.
Yeah, was coming from off the pace on that occasion. No shot he's going to be sitting last in here. I mean, he's got a gun. He's got to leave, sit 1-2. I mean, Storm Along appears to be the class, but if there's an upsetter here, it's likely the six.
And Robert Kyle Fellows would love to stack up another one and get 2 out in front in the race for the training title. It's a field of 6. New shooter, Stormalong on the inside. Magicaline, he's sporty to the outside. He's touring vis-a-vis Blue Chip. It's a field of 6 for the third. They're at the start of the rough. And in the center of the track, leaving out quickly, Magical Ian Storm along on the inside to the outside, vis-a-vis Blue Chip. He's sporting his racing fourth. Then it is he's touring a new shooter, but Storm along is able to storm out and get the lead. Vis-a-vis Blue Chip, though, is still going to force the issue on the outside. And vis-a-vis Blue Chip wants to stride up strongly and try to clear to the front, and is going to come on now on the outside and take over from Storm along. Then Magical Ian, and he's sporty. He's touring and new shooter. They race off the turn. They come on towards us vis-a-vis Blue Chip. And now Stormalong is going to come right back out on the retake and claim the lead. It is Stormalong and vis-a-vis Blue Chip, the top 2. Then Magicaline, and he's sporty. He's touring and new shooter. Field heads their way on up towards the half and Storm along with a lead of about 2 1/4 vis-a-vis Blue Chip racing second, just trying to stay close and hope to pounce late. Magical Ian is third. Then it is he's sporty. He's touring's fifth on the inside. A new shooter is trailing. They race on toward 3/4. Storm along and Brett McDonald is moving along very nicely in front by 2 vis-a-vis Blue Chip. Magical Ian, then he's sporty, is going to sport to the outside now. Then he's touring. New shooter has to shoot past all of them to win. On by 3/4 to go. Stormalong is leading. Vis-a-vis Blue Chip now tries to close up the gap, and it has been whittled down to about a length and 3/4. He's sporty. Here comes he's touring on the outside and is coming on gamely. He's touring, looking to pull an upset, and he's sporty is coming as well. Stormalong on the inside. It is he's touring on the outside. He's touring is driving on the outside and has come on to get the late lead. He's touring and dueling also in the center of the track as he's sporty. He's sporty and he's touring as they come to the finish. I think it was he's sporty. He's touring on the outside. Stormalong let 2 get by, and Magical Ian was fourth. Well, we don't know the mile time, but we know one thing. Stormalong got beaten, and it looked to me like it was he's sporty.
Well, I'm going to call he's touring. So we'll know more in a few seconds when they want to show us that slow mo. That outside gets a big advantage, Gary.
Well, you could be right. You know, I'm not going to take a stand.
It's
You've been right on enough
tight,
things.
but I'd give the edge to the outside horse.
You know one thing? You've been right on enough things tonight. I'm a little gun shy now.
Oh boy!
Well,
you know what? It would be nice to see he's sporty get there. I mean, he had the big 0-4 coming in. He can use the win more than 5.
You know what? You've been right, and you're right again, because it was he's touring to just got up.
Oh. He's got to be a big number, too. I mean, that's a big out in the multi-legs. We could be sitting on carryover territory now.
Yeah, you could tell I wasn't confident because I knew it was really close. And look, I used to be really good at this, and somewhere along the way I've lost my mojo on calling those the win photo. And then when you were certain it was the other way, I thought I better just back off here a moment.
Well, I wasn't certain.
Well, you were leaning,
I
leaning hard.
I heard you had the 4 maybe, and I think, well, 5 maybe. You know what, though? Doesn't matter. I'm out of my pick five play. I mean, I had four of them. I got no five.
Yeah. Yeah, you wanted it to be sporty. You wanted me to be right.
I did too.
Problem is, you've been right all night, so why not just keep on going? But none of us were right
Oh
with
boy.
He's Touring because He's Touring came in off of an eighth at Flambro. And that was post eight, but just not a factor. But you know what? A factor tonight. He's Touring's back in front of a 7-year-old. He's watching Bay Gelding, owned by Alex Calco. Louis F. Timiatis is the trainer. Jason Ryan is the winning driver. It's the fourth win for He's Touring on the season and 10th lifetime. He's Touring, victorious in race number 3. And fans also note a welcome to the Rotary Ponies for Polio and the CarQuest Aaron Incorporated. The third race payouts. Number 5, He's Touring. 3560, 2370, and 360. 4, He's Sporty, 1350 and 460, and 2, Stormalong, 210. $2 exactor, 570.60. Dollar Tribe, 974.55. 20-cent try was 194.91. 20-cent super, 490.04. Fans note the third race order finish from the top is a 634-215. That's 634-215 on the bottom. Fans, the fractions from race number 3. The opening quarter was 26-2. The half was 57. So 26-2 and 57. 3 quarters, 126. They got to 3 quarters of 126. The mile, 154-2 for He's Touring. He's Touring victorious, 154-2. Field on post parade for the fourth one is Show Must Go On. Jason Rod for Chantel Mitchell and Mitchell DiCenzo. And number 2, Back into Flash, Daryl Thiessen for Candice Morrell and Al Gibb. Number 3 is Reinvest, Brent Madonna for Shane Weber and Tom and Elizabeth Rankin. For Winnie Pooh Panther, Sammy Filia for Julie Walker and Darlene Carr. Number 5, McLatte, Mike Whalen for Walter Whalen and Chris Nickel. And number 6, Lady Gambler, Anthony Hahn for Andrew Cars and Dr. Ruth Irving. Field of 6, race number 4. Let's get a look at this field. And, well, Sugar, last race, the Chalk Stormalong went down. And this race, we have Lady Gambler at 1-2. We'll see if this one can hold up. But one thing, I've been wrong all night. At least if I'm wrong here, you're going to be wrong with me because we're both in on the 6.
Oh, not been a good night for the favorites. Second choice takes the opener. 10-1 shot race 2, 16-1 shot race 3. I'm not sure if this pick 5 sequence winning combination would be sold thus far, but there's still 2 legs left to go. Number 6, Lady Gambler. I think she has to win here. I mean, was circling them on a very wide side in the latest. She paced her back half in 56-4. I mean, you could look all day in this field. Not one of them has a back half in 56-4. This filly did it on a very wide side. I just don't see her getting beat here.
Yeah, and look, just overall, you do see further down the page, you see some good speed too, 54-4 here back in July, and finished third then. I just think it's time for Lady Gambler. Now, the one thing to note, though, 18 starts with just 1 top 2 finish, so it is tough to take 1-5 on that, but it's relative to the field you're in against, and well, this is a 3-year-old. We got how many 2-year-olds? We got 3 2-year-olds, and now you're just maybe the 4 and 5 to look at. And
yeah, I've got the 2-year-olds underlined. No shot I was going there. I mean, these are maidens. She's a winner. Faced much tougher last time out. I mean, it's all pointing to this one in here. I don't think she goes away any higher than 1-9. She's got to be the heavy chalk here.
Then you went to McLatte second because, well, you were going to take the next of the older ones rather than the inside 3. McLatte flashed here a little bit August the 18th and then raced next September the 8th, so now comes back at least a little tighter rotation. But still, McLatte's got some work to do.
The reason I went there is because I thought Whalen might find some gate speed with this daughter of McWicked, because you look to her left and there's not much for that early speed. So why not try something? I mean, yet to hit the board in 4 pari-mutuel starts. Why not something different? Mike, Sender.
You know, the one that I used for second, and I could hear your voice when I used this one, Reinvest. It's one of the 3 2-year-olds, and I thought, whatever. The memo went out of the window again, so I used this one ahead of McLatte.
Well, okay, yeah. I used it for third, but I wouldn't be surprised to see that one get a runner-up finish in here. Brett McDonald on board, catch driving. I mean, trainer Shane Weber has been on for the 2 pari-mutuel starts, so maybe Brett finds a little more with this one at 8-1.
Yeah, and look, also had a pretty good go of things until the final quarter last time out. I thought, still beaten only 4, but did tire in the late going. But this is one that's had only 2 starts and then those couple qualifiers, so might still be gaining in fitness. And it's a green shoe filly that I thought I'd be willing to back here for second, because I really felt after the top one, I just couldn't find one that I fell in love with, so I went there. Number one,
green shoe bred to trot pacer, hey?
Yeah, well, I'm just reaching for things because, like I said, after the 6, I couldn't find anything that I liked much. And one, Show Must Go On. Now, that's not a knock on the horses. It's just that, look, they're still early in their career. Show Must Go On's had only 1 start. I'll tell you what I could like about the one. Chantel Mitchell. I was looking earlier. Look at this here. We were talking about the trainers, Robert Kyle Fellows and Kyle Boston's. leading in terms of total wins. Chantal Mitchell, a 38% winner on the season up to September the 17th. That's outstanding.
Yeah, she got red hot the last month or so here, and you get looking at the starters, right? I mean, you can add up the starts on horses 1 through 5, and altogether they don't match the experience on the 6 horse. I mean, that's probably got to be the most logical winner on the night, on a night where we haven't seen a favorite win yet.
Yeah. Now, one thing, Show Must Go On could suddenly step forward off of just one race because, as I mentioned, Chantal Mitchell's barn, she's got a big barn. She's been very successful. Jason Ryan's had a good meet here. I wouldn't be surprised if this one steps up a little bit, but the last odds we saw was 13-1.
Yeah, just can't see them beating the 6. Look at Whalen right up on the gate with the 5. He's blasting this 5, likely to be on or near the lead. It should be the exactor, I'm thinking, 6-5.
Well, it's a field of 6 taking up their position. Show Must Go On. Back in a flash on the inside. Reinvest in Winnie Pooh Panther in the center. The outside, McLaughlin. Lady Gambler. It's a field of 6 for race number 4. Field for the 4th race is at the start in the rough, and Lady Gambler is going to leave with McLatte, and McLatte is flashing a latte pace, and on the outside, Lady Gambler back in a flash. Lady Gambler is going to come on and get the lead. McLatte is now racing in the pocket. Back in a flash is 3rd. Show Must Go On. Then Reinvest and Winnie Pooh Panther. Lady Gambler and McLatte, the top 2, racing on past that opening quarter. Then Back in a Flash is racing 3rd as they come off the turn. And 4th in line is Show Must Go On. Then it is back further to Reinvest as they race their way on up past us, but fronting the field is Lady Gambler in front of McLatte, who left well and is filling the pocket. Back in a Flash and Show Must Go On and Reinvest, and then Winnie Pooh Panther. They head on up towards the half. Lady Gambler freewheeling it on top. No one wanting to pull against Lady Gambler, who leads by 2 right now. Then McLatte. There's Reinvest on the outside now, who's moving up and coming on and has taken over 3rd as they're heading on towards 3/4. Back in a Flash is 4th, and then 5th is Show Must Go On and Winnie Pooh Panther. Lady Gambler unchallenged, but might get a challenge from Reinvest on the outside now. And McLatte is on the inside 3rd, and Show Must Go On is racing 4th. Lady Gambler takes them on by the 3/4 mile marker. Reinvest is getting a little closer. McLatte, Show Must Go On, Back in a Flash, and Winnie Pooh Panther. But Lady Gambler continues on, no urging. Leads at a length and 3/4 over Reinvest and McLatte. On down the stretch drive they come. Lady Gambler continues on. Lady Gambler is cruising. The battle is on for 2nd. Reinvest against McLatte, and it is Reinvest over McLatte for 2nd. Show Must Go On 4th. Lady Gambler, tons the best. And while we do get the chalk getting home here in the 4th on a night when the chalk has just struggled to get the job done, Sugar.
Well, if there was one horse that actually stood out over any of the others in any race yet tonight, it had to be the 6th Lady Gambler. We've seen a couple of heavy favorites go down to defeat. But this one for me was absolutely popping off the page. There was no shot any horse in that field was going to beat Lady Gambler. I mean, Anthony Hahn was just toying with them going into the final turn, right?
Yeah, and you've been right on a lot of things tonight. You tried to call your shot, and you said McLatte would leave, and got the pocket right, and you were certainly right a long way until Reinvest kind of popped onto the scene heading to 3/4.
That's a really nice improvement for the 3 Reinvest. So the trot bred, the pacer, again, she's a daughter of Green Shoe, 2-year-old daughter of Green Shoe, with a very nice improvement there with Brett McDonald on board. So going in the right direction. Look forward to seeing that one go next time, wherever that might be.
Yeah, so it is a 6-3-5 top 3 there. I forgot who the 4th one was. Well, you know what? We're going to see it coming up in a second. How about we just stall a second and say it was the 1, because there we're looking at it on the screen.
Yeah, I mean, horses were racing pretty much to what they were showing on paper in there. No real surprises there at all. I got nothing for you there, Gary.
Well, look, it's been an interesting night so far, and we're operating. And look, kudos to the video team just for trying to keep it
Yeah,
all together because we've really been working against some problems after getting struck by lightning here yesterday.
right on. It's a tough deal. I know. I'm keeping an eye on the YouTube feed, and there's a chat that goes along with it, and folks are mentioning the old school blue screen, that would have been at tracks years ago. Well, sometimes you gotta use what you have because when you get struck by lightning, well, that doesn't happen often.
No, and it's not your friend. And look, they're doing a great job. Josie Bean and the whole crew should take a bow that they
You
really are
bet.
trying to keep it all together. And they're trying to keep the announcers straightened out, and it's not an easy job to do. Lady Gambler back in front of us, a 3-year-old Better's Delight Bay filly, owned by Dr. Ruth Irving, trained by Andrew Cars. Anthony Hahn is the winner. Second win for Lady Gambler this year and lifetime. Lady Gambler takes the fourth.
Pricing.
The fourth race. Number 6, Lady Gambler, 210, 210, 210. 3, Reinvest, 450, 280. 5, McLotte, 270. $2 Exactor, 780. Dollar Try, 670. Dollar Super, 25.85. 20-cent Supers, 517. The fourth race order finish from the top is a 452-631. That is 452-631 on the bottom.
Alrighty, here we go. I guess it's pretty much the back half of this card. Yes, indeed. We've run four off. We've got four more to go, and this race five up and coming will start up. A late pick four also features a non-jackpot high five play. Exactor and try are there as well. So the opening leg for me in this pick four play, I'm on the one. The Lies We Tell. Loved her last time out. Gets rail to work with, likely to be on or near the lead again. Got to use the two McWicked move, and I'll also include number three. It'll be all right. 1, 2, 3 could be as easy as 1, 2, 3 here in race number five. Over to race number six, leg two of the pick four. We're on Crunch Hanover with the rail. We're on RJ Ringo coming off that big 151 and change victory in the latest. And we'll also go outside to number seven, Wallace Hartley. He was also a very sharp 152 gate to wire winner in his latest over Grand River Raceway. Race seven, we're on to Baby Step Back and three, Oceanside Magic. And we'll go deepest of all in race number eight, going to the inside four, Dupre Hanover, Prestige Seals, or Crazy World, and Dalhousie. It's like that for me. $14.40 on a 20-cent play for this late pick four at the river.
Well, you know what? I'll spend half that money. $7.20. I'll go in on the cheap, and mine, I got the 1, 3, and 5 here. I mentioned that Prosciutto is one that I'm big on here in this fifth race, but I also have It'll Be All Right and The Lies We Tell. In fact, my top one is It'll Be All Right, but I just think Prosciutto might come up with a really big outing. And race number six, I just went too deep. RJ Bringo was just outstanding here last time out. But then I also added one more here in that race and added the 7, Wallace Hartley, because, well, not much wrong with his mile last time out here, mile of 52 to win. So just took R.J. Ringo and Wallace Hartley off of what I saw of them last time out. They were outstanding. Seventh race, I'm in on just the 2 and the 1, the inside couple, and Better Bell and Baby Step Back, but don't have your Oceanside Magic, but just those couple, the 2 and the 1. And then in the final leg here, I've got the inside 3. You have the 4 Dalhousie, but yeah, I do respect that horse, but Prestige Sealster just outstanding at Clinton last time out. Looked
Agreed.
consistently racing well. Sent up by Lindsay Kerr, Crazy World, and Dupree Hanover. Those are my ones that I use there for $7.20.
That's all right. You're going to try and get it on the cheap. Tell you what, there's some massive pick five will pays. I don't think we'll have them on display, but I can tell you they're anywhere from $1,400 to $4,400 on 20-cent tickets. There is no live money to horses 2 or 4. So if the 2 or 4 happen to post upsets in this fifth race, be a carryover into Wednesday evening for the pick five.
Wow, and that 2 McWicked move, that's your second choice in here.
Yeah,
And
I
one
like
that,
them.
yeah, one that, well, look, doesn't have a win yet on the air, but has been knocking on the door the last couple of starts, and even 4 Ace 44 Lady finished right behind McWicked move last time out. Those are 2 that actually have possibilities here. We do, I like It'll Be All Right, and you're on The Lies We Tell, but the 2 and 4, they're not without a solid shot. We just might have that. But nonetheless, we'll get to the odds for the fifth race, and we've got that fifth race coming up in just a moment.
Right on.
Field on post parade for race number 5. 1, The Lies We Tell. Damian McClellan for Kyle Bossens and Jesse Gebhardt. Number 2 is McWicked Move. Paul McKenzie for Brent Dunbar, Dorothy Dunbar. Number 3, It'll Be All Right. Jason Ryan for Mike Bishop. Number 4 is Ace 44 Lady. Daryl Thiessen for Ken Fritsch and Clayton Fritsch and Jim Wilson and Rick Carrier. 5, Priscelto. Dale Spence for Ken Ellis and Jim Ellis. Number 6, Lady Wicked. Garrett Rooney for Gerald Lilly and St. Lad's Farm. 7 is scratched, and number 8 is Space Cadet. Mike Whalen for Walter Whalen. Field of 7, race number 5. Let's get a look at this field, and The Lies We Tell. Well, if I said he was really good here last time out, I certainly wouldn't be lying. She was outstanding.
Yeah, she's got a great look. A daughter of Better's Delight has that Better's Delight. Oh, nice and thick, too, and very good one on the lead. I think I mentioned last time we had her in London a bit in the spring, I believe, and she was a little bit green there when racing, but she's come right around. She's a very nice filly, and 153 and 2, life best and the latest, never better.
Yeah, it was, well, sharp early, too, and I expect Damian McClellan's probably going to fly on out of there with this one, The Lies We Tell. Certainly not lying if I say this is one that's got a big chance to win. I only use this one for third, but I'm definitely afraid of this one. McWicked Move is one that I think warrants some regard here off those back-to-back runner-up finishes and was second to The Lies We Tell. Now, wasn't going to track that one down, but at least was a game second and a good back half and came home in 28-1.
Real good back half, Gary. And I mean, she passed a few horses to try to get close to the 1. Maybe the trip works out a little better this evening. 6-1, mild upset possibility. And should the 2 horse win, pick 5, carry over into Wednesday.
And then number 3, It'll Be All Right, is one that, was just all right at Mohawk the last couple, both from post 8, blasted in one, and on the other one took back. But just before that, had a race here, more than all right in that one, second beaten just a length, and that was in this non-winners of 2 classification.
Yeah, if she can find that form from 3 back, the big deuce in 54 flat, well, she's got to be a must play, right, for this high 5. Non-jackpot, high 5 play. One of the go-to wagers here at Grand River Raceway. That along with a late pick 4. Starting up in race number 5, I think you got to use number 3. It'll Be All Right.
Then I'm going to get to the 4 and 5 because we both think it's the inside 5. We differ on the order. Age 44 Lady is one that made a nice improvement last race. Was kind of struggling, but the last race was better.
Not bad at all. 54 flat speed around Grand River Raceway. I mean, it's pretty even, those inside 4. I know you got the 5 a little higher, but I always say numbers game, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It could happen.
Yeah. One thing to mention,
the 2 and 4. No live money in the pick 5.
One thing about Ace 44 Lady, if you look 2 and 3 back, and if you just first look at 5th and 7th, they were both against the class above this one, then dropped to this class last race and was 3rd. And certainly the betting shows that, was bet down much more last time out. Got to get to number 5, Priscelto, because I really think Priscelto has a big chance to win in here. I've been watching this one all summer at Georgian Downs in that non-winners of 3, in with some very competitive horses, and was more than able to hold her own. And one that can race from off the pace, but also I did see this one blast out early, one start from the inside August the 9th at Georgian as well.
Co-owner, trainer, Kenny Ellis doing a great job. With this daughter of He's Watching. What a great check getter, Gary. Appears to be not a lot for gate speed, but she doesn't need it because she's always a strong closer, even gaining, passing horses with broken equipment in the latest. Yeah, be a runner-up finish. So more or less sitting on a win, right? She's been knocking on the door.
Yeah, the fans are leaning into 1, The Lies We Tell, but then after that, the 2, 3, 4, and 5, and the 6 are all kind of hovering around the same line of odds. We might as well touch on number 6, Lady Wicked, And, at first glance, you kind of wonder, why didn't we use this one? Because 8 out of 19 in the top two. But last race, I didn't think was all that good. But the thing to note, though, is one that missed that scheduled start before it. It's still, you do see some pretty good form here. You got a couple of wins, at one here and one at Mohawk, but they were both in like that one August the 25th. That's sort of almost non-winners too, but just below it. Not maidens, but kind of a halfway between 1 and 2, and then the other one was a maiden at Mohawk.
Yeah, that's right. Didn't have much luck there, but the latest, just too far to come. Garrett Rooney would not surprise me at all to see this one involved in the high five. And you know what? We mentioned all the rest, so maybe we bring up Whalen with the 8 Space Cadet. Now it's the third start back off an extended layoff for that one, and they most would say maybe hit that all button on the end of the high five play for 5th. I mean, the 1 is a clear choice, but after that, you say the 2 through 6 are pretty even. Then you got the big long shot 8. You can't leave the 8 off the ticket either.
And there's just the reason why we were stalled was back in the paddock, and now is joining us as we see. So we're getting the live feed coming out of the paddock. Space Cadet. Thing to notice, if you look back here at Grand River, non-winners of 3. That's the class above this one, and closed into it to finish 3rd. So that's why you know that Space Cadet actually is likely going to be coming on in the late going and vying to try to pick up a piece. It's really interesting because the Lies Would Tell is the one that's getting the money off of that one good last race. Was not faring well at Mohawk. And then all the others, the money is all around on all of them except for Space Cadet. And yet, you know what? Space Cadet, as I mentioned, 3rd, 2 starts back while facing the class above this level.
Yeah, it could turn out to be one of those head scratchers of a race. I mean, the one thing that the Lies We Tell has going for her is it does have a rail, and I think she's got enough speed to use that to her advantage. As she left post 2 last time out and was on top quarter mile in 27. So I think it's all leaning towards the 1 here, but after that, crapshoot.
Well, I'm calling my shot on Proscelto. I did take It'll Be All Right, but I think Proscelto. Anyway, you know what? It's a horse race, and guess what? In a couple of minutes, we're going to know who's right and who's wrong, and we'll find out.
Let's go.
Yes, let's go. The Lies We Tell. McWicked move on the inside. In the center, It'll Be All Right. Ace 44 Lady. Proscelto to the outside. Lady Wicked and Space Cadet. Field of 7. It's race number 5. Field for the 5th race into the backstretch. Field for the 5th race is at the start of the rough, and Ace 44 Lady, It'll Be All Right, and Proscelto. The Lies We Tell, McWicked move, then Lady Wicked and Space Cadet is trailing. It'll Be All Right has got the lead. It'll Be All Right, Ace 44 Lady. The Lies We Tell, Proscelto is 4th away. McWicked move, Lady Wicked and Space Cadet, but it's right now It'll Be All Right who's got the lead. The Lies We Tell popped out from 3rd now, wants to come on quickly and surge up and try to take the lead. It is It'll Be All Right, but driving is The Lies We Tell, and The Lies We Tell is going to come on and get the lead. It'll Be All Right is 2nd. That Ace 44 Lady is 3rd as they work their way on towards us, and then Proscelto back to McWicked move and Lady Wicked, and then Space Cadet. The Lies We Tell leading on up towards the half. The Lies We Tell is in front of It'll Be All Right as they race their way past the half. Ace 44 Lady is 3rd, and then Proscelto is on the inside racing 4th. Then it is McWicked move and Lady Wicked and Space Cadet, and now popping up from 4th will come Proscelto as they race the backstretch, and is going to be coming first over because staying on the inside 3rd was Ace 44 Lady. The Lies We Tell has got the lead. The Lies We Tell, It'll Be All Right. Proscelto on the outside, racing 3rd, Ace 44 Lady. Then Lady Wicked, McWicked move and Space Cadet. It is The Lies We Tell who's got the lead. Proscelto is trying to bear down on The Lies We Tell, but The Lies We Tell is still sharp. The lies we tell. For Shelto, it'll be all right, and Lady Wicked, and then Ace 44 Lady and McWicked move as they turn for home. The lies we tell on down the stretch drive they come. The lies we tell, and the rest of the field, if they thought they could beat this one, they were lying to themselves. The lies we tell is the best, and then for Shelto, McWicked move, and Ace 44 Lady, the lies we tell, well, just outstanding, Sugar.
Yep, made that winning move just around the quarter mile. Once she took control, it was over for the rest because she's a different horse when on the lead. I mean, she was very strong last time out, pacing to a new life best. Not sure how quick she got there tonight, but she did it very, very easy, Gary, and a deserving win as the favorite.
And a nice drive by Damien. Decides to just get on out there third, and then after things settle, he comes quick enough that he's going to get to the front and let go by the three. It'll be all right. Who did kind of fade in the late going anyway, but it was just nice that kind of a little patient and then grabbed the lead.
Yeah, and just let her coast home too, right? I mean, she win by a lot, but it wasn't like he was asking her to do that. I mean, she was just kind of full of herself again tonight.
No, just cruising now. Just put down the landing gear. You got this one all sewn up. And it was just really a very strong outing, and one that, well, you saw coming, and we saw it last time out. I guess I was just trying too hard. Prosciutto raced very well to get second in there.
Very good deuce for Prosciutto. I mean, traveled first up for a long ways and rewarded with the deuce. You know, we've got a few favorites on the end of this pick five play. It's still coming back. $1,812 and change on a 20-cent ticket, Gary. There's a few winners that are cashing in tonight.
And Kyle Boston's evens up the battle for the top trainer for the season. As Robert Kyle Fellows got one earlier, so now Kyle Boston says, well, I got to get back on even terms here, and does that.
Going to be a race right down to the wire for that trainer title.
Absolutely. And, well, just like I said, the rest of the field was probably lying to themselves if they thought they could beat this horse.
There you go.
This filly, this Bettor's Delight filly, was on fire. The lies we tell, trained by Jesse Gebhardt. Kyle Boston's the trainer. Damien McClellan, the winning driver. 6th win on the season and the 6th lifetime. The lies we tell, victorious in race number 5. It is a, well, that's not the correct names, but it is the one lies we tell out trackside. The 5th race payouts. The lies we tell, 560, 380, and 240. 5 Prosciutto, 510, 330. 2 McWicked move, 360. $2 exactor, 28.40. $1 try, 51.80. $1 high five, 934.35. We had a dollar pick 3 of 140.80. A dollar pick 4 of 1950.05. And the 20-cent pick 5, $1,812.49. Ka-ching. Fans, the fifth race order of finish from the top is a 136. 425, scratch 7. That's 136, 425, scratch 7 on the bottom. Sixth race is next. Scratched is number 3, Doc's Philly Cheese. Field on post raid for the sixth one. Crunch Hanover, Jason Ryan for Shane Barrington and Imagine Stable. Number 2 is RJ Ringo. Brett McDonough for Ruth Moore and James Hasty. 3 is scratched. 4 is Reactor Now. Bruce Richardson for Greg McNair and Bradley Grant. 5 is BJ's Choice. Austin Sorry for Patrick Bissett and William Brown. Number 6, Harry G. Damian McClellan for Duncan Gillis and Christina Saftig. And number 7 is Wallace Hartley. Sammy Filia for Chantel Mitchell and Dale Towell. It's a field of 6 for race number 6. Let's get a look at this field. And, well, it's a good group, but R.J. Ringo, Sugar, I think just kind of stands out in this field.
Well, he does with a 51 and change victory in the latest. He's leaving from the same post where he was able to grab control early, and that's where he does his best work. And if there's a main challenger, I think it's got to be the 7, Wallace Hartley. Both of them are likely to be gate blasting in here. I would back an exactor box 2-7. 7-2 in this one.
And your top one is Wallace Hartley, and I like the fact that 4-1 versus 2-5, and you know what I say about 2-5 horses. Don't worry about missing one. They're like buses. If you miss one, there'll be another one coming by in 20 minutes. This is one that's got 3 wins, but it's the last win this year that really just jumps up. And also, you do see 50-3 at Mohawk not that long ago.
It's going to be interesting to see which one will be on the lead here. I mean, they're both flashing 26 apiece in their latest when going to the top. Wallace Hartley was in a little bit tougher than RJ Ringo in the latest, so there's some food for thought. The best price is for sure on the 7.
Yeah, it's an interesting. Wallace Hartley was facing tougher and won in 52. RJ Ringo in down end class was a winner in 51-3. So it's sometimes funny that certain classes go at different speeds. It's not always the case, but still, I mean, you're beating the caliber of horse. And look, it's also Sammy Filia, Chantel Mitchell.
Exactly, right. Strong combination. Sammy likely to time it here. The thing about RJ Ringo and Wallace Hartley, neither one of them had to face a stiff challenge last time out. So I don't think the class really matters where they were last time out. They're an even match in this one.
One of the
but,
ways
when they're an even match, I'd be leaning towards the price.
One of the ways that I like to look at class is I take the earnings of the season divided into the starts. So R.J. Ringo, 27 starts, 85,000. Wallace Hartley, 18 starts, 30,000. R.J. Ringo got the nod to me, and of course 1-2 is I'm not proud of that price.
Well, here's the thing. You look through the lines, he's got a win, and then you got to go way down to a deuce, and then there's a lot of awkward finishes there. Wallace Hartley, on the other hand, shows a couple of wins, shows a couple of runner-up finishes. For me, the more reliable horse, I'm thinking, is the 7, Wallace Hartley, but he'll have his hands full likely at some point with R.J. Ringo.
You know who'd love to see those two just get caught up in a battle would be maybe Crunch Hanover and Jason Ryan.
Yeah, I've got him pegged as a top 3 player here, and Shane Barrington's done some really good things with this one. Ever since he flashed him for the $8,000 claiming tag, and he romped both times. This horse is staying on pretty good through this summer meet, and 6-1 value player. He would love, indeed, to see a battle brew between the 2 and 7 early.
You know, I think what it is, the horse loves being with Shane Barrington, and when Shane put him in for 8,000, he's, uh-oh. I better get going.
Better start trying.
I don't want to leave here. So, yeah, and when he said, I better start trying, well, how about winning by 18 3/4 lengths? He said, Shane, no. And then he put him back into condition because he said, okay, you get to stay. But just keep racing, will you, buddy?
I never thought he'd move up like that, too. Anytime I see an 8-claimer going up against a tougher conditions horses, normally it doesn't work out too well, but this horse is holding his own just fine.
Yeah, except for the 8-claimer, he won in 52-1 by 18 3/4, so really was kind of but he got the wake-up call. Shane gave him the wake-up call, and he heard it. And how about Any others in here? Maybe, Reactor now at least is one that keeps getting checks and showing up. Now the last race didn't work well, but he can bounce back.
He's a bit of a trip horse. I mean, second best two back. He's fifth off a similar trip to start before that. There's never been a whole lot of speed on the end of his miles, Reactor now. So for me, I'd be maybe leaning towards the 5 or 6 to complete the superfecta.
Well, it is a field of 6 for race number 6. Taking up their positions, Crunch Hanover, R.J. Ringo. In the center, Reactor now, and BJ's Choice. And to the outside, Harry G. and Wallace Hartley. It's a field of 6 for the 6th dash. On a Monday night at Grand River Raceway, gathering speed. They're at the start of the rough, and Reactor now is going to leave with Wallace Hartley. R.J. Ringo on the inside is going to drive out quickly. Also, Wallace Hartley, R.J. Ringo dueling early, and then Reactor now. R.J. Ringo continues on the inside. Wallace Hartley, they're going to go at it early. Reactor now, then Crunch Hanover's racing fourth. Then it is back to BJ's Choice and Harry G. Wallace Hartley is able to grab the lead. R.J. Ringo, though, is going to come out now and look to reestablish the front. R.J. Ringo is on top. R.J. Ringo off a sharp opening quarter heading up towards the half. R.J. Ringo, Wallace Hartley, and then it is Reactor now and Crunch Hanover. Then it is back further to BJ's Choice, and trailing the field is Harry G. But it is R.J. Ringo who's pounding along on a lead of a length and a half right now, and Wallace Hartley is racing second. Now Crunch Hanover's on the move on the outside. Crunch Hanover is driving and is on even terms with Wallace Hartley. That pairs a length and a half in behind R.J. Ringo as they race on past the half and into the backstretch. Racing fourth is BJ's Choice. Reactor now is fifth, and then Harry G. It is R.J. Ringo, but Crunch Hanover is trying to snare R.J. Ringo. Wallace Hartley on the inside is third. BJ's Choice is situated second over. Then Reactor now and Harry G. Three to the inside, three to the outside. R.J. Ringo is trying to hold off Crunch Hanover and BJ's Choice, and may have to deal with Wallace Hartley, who's been bravening up on the pocket, and Crunch Hanover now is coming on. Crunch Hanover getting the better of R.J. Ringo. Crunch Hanover on down the stretch route they come. Crunch Hanover. And if you bet against this one, you can crunch up that ticket and throw it away, because Crunch Hanover was the best. And then Wallace Hartley, Harry G. and R.J. Ringo. Crunch Hanover gets the job done, Sugar.
Nice horse. I mentioned I was very surprised to see him do well when moving up from that $8,000 price tag to take on some very nice horses, including tonight. I mean, Wallace Hartley and R.J. Ringo just got beat by Crunch Hanover. Value player, mind you. Now, Crunch Hanover's 9-2 in there and winning quite easy. But, of course, the 2 and 7, they were throwing down early. We mentioned any early battles could set it up for maybe Crunch Hanover to post a mild upset. Is exactly what happened.
Yeah, and look, I'd like to know the fractions, because I thought they were really going pretty hard at it early. And I
can give you my make-believe fractions. I was writing them down as they got there in my mind.
26.
I got 26 and 54 and 4 for the half.
There you go. I thought about 26. We'll see what it comes up. And half and 54 and 4 sounds about right. And, Crunch Hanover.
3/4, 122 and a mile and 51. How's that?
We're going to find out. I don't know 51, but hey, look, that'd be funny if it comes to exactly all 4.
Wouldn't that be something?
But, Crunch Hanover just has been on fire. I guess, as I said, Shane scared this horse into behave. Look, you race or somebody else would take you for $8,000. And he said, no, I want to stay right here. And he's been super. I love Shane's a long-time successful trainer, really great guy. And he's certainly done a great job with Crunch Hanover getting this one rolling now.
Indeed. And you know what? Didn't pace a lifetime best, I don't think. He does have a mark of 50 and 3. But very good chance that he posted a seasonal best tonight. Again, very sharp winning effort. I love it when a claimer like this bumps up in class and can handle his own.
Yeah, and certainly, I mean, when we say a claimer, I mean he's made 310,000 lifetimes, so he fell down because things weren't going his way, but they're going his way now, and especially this evening. Crunch Hanover, 7-year-old Captain Treacherous Bay gelding of I Imagine Stable, trained by Shing Barrington. Jason Ryan's the winning driver. It's the fourth win for Crunch Hanover on the season 20th lifetime. Crunch Hanover victorious in race number 6. The sixth race of Houts. 1 Crunch Hanover 1150, 429.70. 7 Wallace Hartley 336.86. Harry G. $29 to show. $2 exactor 35.30. Dollar try 108.90. Dollars super effective 169.05. 20-cent super 33.81. The sixth race. Order of finish from the top is a 1-4 scratch. 5-6-3-2. 5-6-3-2 on the bottom. Field 4, race number 7 is entering the track for the post sprint, a field of 6 to go to post shortly. On parade 1 is Better Bell. Garrett Rooney for John Chikeen and Robert Pooley. Number 2, Baby Step Back, Austin Sorey for Jared Mann and Ron Nobes and Charles Gazzola. Number 3 is Oceanside Magic, Jonathan Drury for Anthony Beaton and David Lumsden. 4 is Tempting, Jay Hembers for Sean Stacy and Nick Way Farm. Number 5, Stilton Gold, Sammy Filia for Harry Martin. And number 6 is On Top Rainstorm, Mike Whalen for Walter Whalen and Chris Nickel. Field of 6 for race number 7. Let's get a look at this field. And, well, Sugar, look at that tilt board. Nobody really knows what to make of things here. Very well spread out. 3 Oceanside Magic, despite a couple of races at Mohawk that they don't look that great. You use this one on top because, well, how about 3 back here at Grand River?
Yeah, it looks like it's just kind of coming in looking for some confidence, right? Just a one-time winner, and that victory was last year as a 2-year-old. In her 3-year-old season, just 2 runner-up finishes. And one of them was right here at Grand River Raceway. So that's all this is, coming in to find some confidence, maybe build up some heart there to go back and try to tackle them at the big track of Woodbine Mohawk Park.
Yeah, that start here August the 25th. Had the inside, didn't get out that well, but then worked on the outside, grinded up, and finished second in 55 and 4. And even if you look at that last race, Grassroots Company at Mohawk at least came home in 27 and 3, a mile of 53 and 3. And if you glance further down the page, you see a 52 and 1 as well. It's just the problem is the race went in 50 and change.
Well, she's all right there for speed, 52 and 53. I don't think she gets around the river any better than 54, and there's a few in here that can show 54 speed, including the one Better Bell.
And, well, your top one is Oceanside Magic, is that correct?
I think I had the 2 on top here. I think I was chasing after a 2 for some reason, but
well, we'll give you the 2 then. Tell me about Baby Step Back. Why you got that one on top? Tell me your numbers here. What are your numbers?
Well, I've got a 2, 3, 1, and 6.
Okay. Well,
I'm going to stay on the 2 on top then, and I'll tell you why. I mean, coming up from Prince Edward Island, where it had a great record. I mean, last season, showing 12 for 15, top 3 finishes, and into her 4-year-old season, 8 for 9, top 3. And now since then, she's joined the Jared Mann barn. Now, Jared's from Prince Edward Island himself, so he probably had a good read on this filly coming in. First, second, and third for him since he's picked her up, and now she shows up at the river. And I think tonight she might go to the trip of her life.
Okay, we did mention Oceanside Magic, one that could improve, and Baby Step Back. That is the one that I went to on top. So Better Bell on the inside, who's 3 to 1 on the board, certainly not without a chance because a winner here 2 back, and then the last race was okay, finishing 3rd.
I think the speed comes from the inside, too. I think it's going to be the lineup. Baby Step Back or Better Bell going to be on the lead. I'd be more or less leaning towards an exactor box now with these 2. The more I look at this race, the more I see the speed coming from 1 and 2.
We both have the inside 3. One that I used towards the bottom was Stilton Gold. The one that you used towards the bottom was On Top Rainstorm, and certainly understandably so. Before last race from Post 8, before that, had a stretch of 3 in a row getting on the Super, a couple of thirds and a fourth, one that usually can kick home decently. Doesn't have much of a win record or even second, but 9 third-place finishes the past couple of seasons.
And does show the quickest mile of these over Grand River Raceway this season. If you want to look down the card, there's a trip there in 52 and change, August 11th. So even even a victory here would not surprise me. We've seen some strange things happening tonight. Talking the friend of the show, Brad, where he mentioned, the speed really wasn't holding up a whole lot tonight. There's been maybe one or two winners on the lead, but there's been some heavy favorites on top that have not held on.
Yeah, and the one that I went to on the bottom was just Stilton Gold. Was really good here, but just an 8 climber September the 10th. And this is kind of almost a non-winners of 2 classification, so in with Condition Company in tougher, but Stilton Gold, and didn't fare well last time out. But just I did remember that start 2 back was pretty good, so I used this one just on the bottom. But we both have Baby Step Back. 8-5. We'll see if Baby Step Back is able to come back into the winner's circle. I do love me some Jared Mann. Jared's having an outstanding season.
And doing it well.
Yeah, look at the win percentage. It's just unbelievable. 39 winners and 158 starters at program printing time. It's Better Bell, Baby Step Back on the inside. Oceanside Magic Tempting in the center. The outside, Stilton Golden on top, Rainstorm. Field of 6, the 7th dash. Field for the 7th. He is at the start of the rough, and Baby Step Back, Oceanside Magic, Better Bell, and Stilton Gold. They're dueling towards the first turn. Baby Step Back and Oceanside Magic, but Oceanside Magic is going to press on. Baby Step Back, Better Bell, Stilton Gold, and Tempting, and on top, Rainstorm. Oceanside Magic has a lead of about 2 1/4. Baby Step Back, Better Bell, Stilton Gold, then Tempting it on top, Rainstorm, 6 in a line. On past that opening quarter they go. Oceanside Magic has the lead. Oceanside Magic, Baby Step Back, Better Bell is racing position to 3rd. Then 4th is Stilton Gold, Tempting, and then it is back further to on top, Rainstorm. And the field heads their way up towards the half, and Oceanside Magic leading Baby Step Back into the backstretch, and now stepping out is Tempting, and coming first over, and is taking over 3rd. Better Bell is racing 4th on top, Rainstorm 5th, and Stilton Gold is 6th, and now Baby Step Back is going to step up and challenge Oceanside Magic. It's Baby Step Back and Oceanside Magic. They are dueling. They're hooked up in a battle. They've separated from the field, and it is Baby Step Back who stepped up and taken a lead of about a neck right now. Now half a length. Now 3/4. And now it's a length. They race by 3/4. Baby Step Back. Oceanside Magic is trying to hold that one off, but so far not successful. Baby Step Back by a length and a half now. Oceanside Magic. Better Bell is 3rd. On top, Rainstorm and Stilton Gold. And Tempting, and they turn for home. Baby Step Back is starting to step away on the field and is leading by about 2.5 or 3. Oceanside Magic trying to hold on to 2nd. Baby Step Back, Oceanside Magic. Then it looked like it was Better Bell and Stilton Gold. Impressive Baby Step Back. They had a little battle, but Baby Step Back had just too much step for Oceanside Magic Sugar.
Did too, and was taking some late action there. Odds-on favorite, Baby Step Back. She used a huge 3rd quarter. Now, I didn't have a clock of them. They absolutely paced 27 seconds through that 3rd, if not better, because you saw the separation the front 2 put on the rest of the field.
Yeah, they left them way behind. And look, that was a game effort by Oceanside Magic. It's just that a sharper one got along to her outside. And I saw that at Flamborough Downs last time out. The trailer post and suffered interference and still swung around to get the lead and won that last start at Flamborough. Baby Step Back was coming into this one in red-hot form. We both liked this one on top, and Austin knew he had that amount of pony. He wasn't going to leave it till late. When he pulled out because he thought he could get by.
Indeed, yeah. She came up from the Maritimes, and now Jared's had her for, almost a month now. And impressive mile in the latest, right? Flamborough, you would have called it, leaving from the trailing spot, shows a lead at the quarter mile. So there's a pretty good-sized motor underneath the hood of Baby Step Back.
Yeah, and he did some nice stick handling. It's not often you see on a half-mile track with a full field, you're able to leave from the trailer post and have the lead at the opening quarter.
Right.
And not just
Doesn't
have the lead.
happen often. I've seen it a few times, but it doesn't
Yeah,
happen
in
often.
front by 2, then 3 and 4.5, just widening it out. Did hold on at the finish, but already put the field to sleep, and then was just coasting at the end of it.
Looks very sharp coming back for a pitcher too, Gary.
It's number 2, Baby Step Back. Stepped up 1. 4-year-old Dally Bay Maryland by Ron Nobes and Charles Gazzola. Jared Mann, the trainer. Austin Sorry, the winning driver. 4th win on the season. 7th lifetime, Baby Step Back. Nope. The 7th race is official, 2315. That's 2315. Seventh race. Number 2, Baby Step Back. 392, 3210. 3, Oceanside Magic, 332.40. 1 Better Bell, 270. $2 exactor, 1110. Dollar Try, 1470. And we had a dollar super, 41.70. 20-cent super, 8.34. 8th race, 8th and final dash is up next. And fans, back in the 6th race, we weren't able to get you the fractions until now. Retimed it. Opening quarter, 25 seconds. The opening quarter was 25 with R.J. Brango and Wallace Hartley going at it. The half was 54-4, so Sugar said 26 and then 54-4, but 25 and 54-4. 3 quarters, 122-4, 122-4. Mile of 152-2, but a 25-second opening panel in that 6th race. And then in the 7th race, the fractions were 27-3 to the quarter, half of 58-1, 58-1, and 3 quarters was 124-3, and then a mile of 154. So certainly picked it up big time in that 3rd panel. 26-2 in the 3rd panel. They were motoring, and then 154 for the mile. So a 27 and 3, 58 and 1, 124 and 3, and 154. And the seventh race order of finish from the top is
312
312.
645.
That's 312 645. 312 645 rundown. And fans, that opening quarter from back in race number 6 has been retimed and confirmed at 25 seconds flat. The fractions again: 25, 54 and 4, 3/4 122 and 4, a mile of 152 and 2.
So I'm going to put his mic.
Well, fans, we're about 4 minutes to post time to the 8th race. We'll get a look at the 8th race. And in fact, just before we do that, Sugar, we'll bring you in here and we'll just chat for a second. You said 54 and 4 to the half was your guess, and you were exactly right on the half, but you didn't guess 25 to the quarter. What's wrong with you?
Well, I knew they were smoking, but I never would have thought 25 speed on a cool late September evening in Elora.
Although it's actually held up, the temperature hasn't cooled as much as it has a few other
Okay.
earlier nights. So it's probably about maybe 19 Celsius now, but still 25. Well, that'll be the fastest opening quarter that I've ever announced in my career. So you don't get
Wow.
25 very often. And yeah, R.J. Ringo went at it with Wallace Hartley. And the mile was 52 and 2 because they did kind of cook it up. Still 3/4 22 and
Set it
4.
up for Crunch Hanover, right?
Yeah, absolutely, and that's why he was able to roll by the way he did. And that last
Yeah.
race was a mile of 54, so that was a decent
Oh,
effort. And you
he
were
knew
right.
they were cooking up the backstretch,
Yeah,
right?
they were 26 and 2 actually in the third panel, so they were really cooking
Oh,
there as
wow.
well. And you saw them sprint away from the field, so that's actually why
Oh
they
yeah.
were moving that.
Anytime you see horses take off from the field like that, you know they're smoking. So yeah, they were really stepping. Nice battle through the third, but that maritime invader, right? Fourth time for Jared Mann.
Yeah.
He does a heck of a job with his horses.
He certainly does. And look, we've got a nice bunch. It's only 7, but it's a good group, and it's a super high five. And I wanted to take a quick early look. We'll have Josie let us know when they're coming out in the post parade. But
Sure.
just to make sure I got your numbers straight, what are they here in the 8th race?
I got a 3, 2, 1, 4, and 5. And I would suggest maybe boxing up those 5 on the high five. The early high five, Gary, paid enormous for what came in. I know you like the 5 horse in that early high five. I was kind of on the 1 and 2. Well, it came back just shy of $200 on a 20-cent wager.
Yeah, that's decent. Well, in here you're crazy for Garrett Rooney and Kathy Chikeen. Now they've only had 2 top 2 finishes in 13 starts this year. Last year, 12 out of 23 in the top 2. But Crazy World looked much better last time out, and now certainly steps up. That was in against cheaper, but he's been against tougher in the past and been more than able to hold his own. Maybe that last race you're thinking that it's Crazy World is coming forward now.
Well, he met up with a very tough customer that was racing for one that we just talked about, Jared Mann, with Brookdale Mickey getting there, tracking him down late. I thought Crazy World was gonzo when he made a big move up the backside, and he would have paced to a new lifetime best if it hadn't have been for Brookdale Mickey just picking him off late. So Crazy World, great form coming in. I think you want to use him for the top spot, and if not, should be right there with them in the runner-up finish spot.
And before we get to the post parade, I'll say who I went to on top, and I do have
Sure.
Crazy World second, but I went to Prestige Sealster, Lindsay Kerr. This is one that's been consistently good all year this year. Had 9 wins last year, 8 this year. I went up to a
Mm-hmm.
Clinton and a preferred 3 and was able to wire the field in 56 and 3, which is a good mile there. And then, of course, look at the previous mile. 51 and 4 here. The likes of PL Aussie and Ideal Perception, that's no shame to finish third to that pair.
Oh, he's all right. I mean, that was a big mile. I did not see that coming that he would ever pace the river in 51 and 4. But what a season he's had. 20 for 28 in the top 3, including 8 wins that have come everywhere. I mean, he's won in London, Clinton, and he's done well at Grand River. He's got victories at Sarnia.
Yeah.
He's been everywhere, and he's still going strong.
We're going to have the post spread in just a matter of a few seconds. And you know why he's so good? He was part of the London Select sale a few years back. Quite a few years back, but certainly they got their money out of him.
Oh, I guess he's well. He'd have a pretty good shot of nearing 400 grand by the end of this season. But he's a 40-time winner, and he certainly knows his way to the winner's circle.
We'll flesh these out a little further after the post spread. You're on the 3 Crazy World, and I'm on to Prestige Sealster, but we're going to need a few more because it is a super high five. We'll talk to you after the parade.
Sure thing.
One post grade 1, Dupree Hanover, Brent McDonough for Greg McNair and Bradley Grant. Number 2 is Prestige Sealster Austin Sorry for Lindsay Kerr. Number 3 is Crazy World, Garrett Rooney for Kathy Chikeen. Number 4 is Dalhousie, Nick Stewart for Jim Kerr and Jack Ramage. Number 5, Clint's Vet, Anthony Hunt for Tim Myers and David Omicelli. And number 6 is Glory View Image, Jay Havers for Jacob Roberts and Steve Adams. Number 7, Magical Arthur, semi-failure for Anthony Beaton and David Lumsden. Field of 7, race number 8. Let's get a look at this field. And while we talked up Crazy World, and certainly one that is likely to be crazy good off that last race, I liked Prestige Sealster, which is your second one. So we'll flash through those two, Crazy World and Prestige Sealster, our top 2 picks. I want to get to 1, Dupree Hanover then, and Brent McDonough for Greg McNair. This is one that's owned by Bradley Grant, and of course he's owned a number of great horses in his time with the horse racing over many, many years. Dupree Hanover, inside post, has gate speed.
Gate speed and fresh, right? Took the summer off and came back first week of September. Runner-up finishes in his 2 return races, and well worth a look with these. He's a morning line favorite. I'm not sure he can get the job done, but a must-play for the top 3 in this high 5.
Look at that opening quarter last time out, 26-3. But the reason why he wasn't on the lead, well, Wallace Hartley had the early lead, and we saw Wallace Hartley just a little while back, a couple races earlier, blasting onto there. And look, sat the pocket, was no danger of getting by Wallace Hartley, but it was a good, solid outing. Brent McDonough for Greg McNair. Greg's won lots of races here over the years, and this is one that was a good earner last year as a 4-year-old as well. So I think the inside 3 really are the 3 to me that stand out. I'm surprised Prestige Sealster, my top one, is 9-1. That is absolutely shocking to me. But I do expect Dupree Hanover to be a very good shot here to possibly be the trip horse.
Should be sitting top 3, if not in the 2-hole. But I can agree with you with Prestige Sealster, especially following his latest trip over the river, 51-4. Behind PL Aussie and Ideal Perception. I mean, if either one of those were in this race, they'd be 3 to 5 shots.
Then the next one we're going to get to is number 4, Dalhousie. And this is one that Jim Kerr doesn't have a big barn. This is his only horse. But Jim often puts up strong numbers. Dalhousie, a couple of years ago, I really thought this one was going to go on to be a really great horse. He's fine, but Dalhousie, last time out at Sarnia, went down there and just swamped them over Sarnia in 53. And this is one that's been kind of bouncing around Hanover, Clinton, Sarnia. I haven't seen this one in a while. You saw this one back in April racing at London. One that probably, I think, races over there in Western Fair in the wintertime.
Oh, he's a really nice animal. I mean, if not a preferred type, then he's definitely backup class material. Never really truly had a good gate blast to him, but he did show some speed to take front at Clinton there in late August, and he blew up the board at 14-1, paced 56-4, and then he goes to a lifetime best off a pocket ride in his latest. So the form is likely the best it's ever been for this Dalhousie. I like him tonight, and I'll look forward to seeing him back in London.
He's had a couple of weird outings. He had an outing at Hanover, August 30th, finished distanced, and a couple of starts back before that at Clinton, had an 8th beaten 9, but then all the other ones, a couple of wins and 3 seconds. Well, one of them's a qualifier, so a couple of wins and a couple of seconds. It's just those two little blips. But Dalhousie overall, I think you can get to this one somewhere on the board, sitting at 4-1.
Yes.
Your next one that you went to was 5 Clint's Vet, and I'll tell you, I had trouble leaving this one off of my top 3, especially went down to Flamborough last time out and just said, Field, you don't belong with me. Clint's Vet, Anthony Hunt for Tim Myers.
That's a big mile for him in the latest, gate to wire. I don't think he's going to be on top or forwardly placed in this one, but he's got a pretty good kick to work with on the end. It's the 53 speed, right? That he normally shows over Grand River Raceway. He might need to find a second or two if he wants to get closer, but I can definitely see him rounding out the high five here.
Yeah, 53 and 3 at Flamborough is a legit mile because the track hasn't been overly fast to start things off. And he
Okay.
got loose on the lead and just got full of himself. And as I've said in the past, maybe I'm looking at this horse through pie-colored glasses, but he was outstanding. I like myself some Prestige Sealster. You're on Crazy World, which certainly isn't crazy. Garrett Rooney. It's a field of 7 for the 8th race. They're about working their way into the backstretch for the final dash on this fine harness racing evening. We're working through a few technical difficulties with the graphics, but our team has been on it. Field of 7 for race number 8. They're at the start of the off, and Clint Vet is going to blast out. And then also leaving is Dupree Hanover, Prestige Sealster, and Glory View Image. Then Crazy World, Dalhousie. Magical Arthur is trailing the field. Clint Vet, Anthony Hahn leads a length and a quarter, length and a half, and now gets to the pylons. Clint Vet is on top. Dupree Hanover second. Glory View Image is third. Then Prestige Sealster, and Crazy World, and Dalhousie, and Magical Arthur. And they race past the opening quarter. Clint Vet leads past the quarter with Dupree Hanover getting that pocket trip. Glory View Image is third in front of Prestige Sealster, mid-pack fourth, then Crazy World. Well back Dalhousie, and further is Magical Arthur. They head up towards the half. Clint Vet right now leads it by a length and a half. Dupree Hanover is patiently racing in the pocket. Crazy World has popped out. Glory View Image is on the inside third. Then Crazy World, and now Prestige Sealster is going to follow Crazy World to the outside. Then it is back to Magical Arthur and Dalhousie on past the half, and they head on toward three quarters. Clint Vet now coming on the outside. Crazy World is moving up. Crazy World is coming on gamely, and Dupree Hanover is locked in the pocket. Prestige Sealster is right tight on the back of Crazy World, and then Glory View Image and Magical Arthur, and well back Dalhousie. It is Clint Vet still doing all the work on the lead, but Crazy World now is looking to steal it. It's Crazy World looking to come on and grab the lead and is taking it from Clint Vet. And then wheeling out Dupree Hanover has been getting the trip and may be alive, and then Prestige Sealster. It is Crazy World. Dupree Hanover is trying to squeeze on out. Crazy World, Dupree Hanover, and on the outside Prestige Sealster. Crazy World as they come to the finish. Crazy World, Dupree Hanover. Dupree Hanover found some track on the inside to win it. Crazy World. Then it is Prestige Sealster, Magical Arthur, and Glory View Image. We thought the inside three were the three best, but Dupree Hanover, I said, might be a trip horse. Definitely a trip horse.
He tripped out all right, and hard luck once again this week for Crazy World. Picked off in the final strides. He did all the work, going first up and softening up the leader, Clint Vet, who surprised me when leaving with that group of horses. But he couldn't find his way into the high five, Clint Vet. But this trip by Dupree Hanover, off of a pair of runner-up finishes, his third start back off the layoff, and now he's going to smile for a picture.
And I thought he was going to duck to the right, but the problem was on the outside was Prestige Sealster, but then on the inside, Clint Vet couldn't keep on up, so Brett says, well, I can't go right. How about I go left? And up the inside to the left, and was able to come on off that perfect trip. The horse is really brave.
Yeah, what a nice way to come back, Since his return, he drew post 2 to sit 2, and then he drew 2 rails to sit up close, right? I mean, you couldn't ask for better post positions or better trips on the comeback trail. And right now he's got all kinds of confidence for what comes next.
Yeah, and certainly, I mean, he's a horse that gets off the gate well enough, and then if you're going to get Crazy World carrying you all the way down the lane, it really set up just beautifully. Of course, Brett McDonald put him in position by getting him off the gate really well.
Yeah, one of the few horses I've seen leave nicely from the rail. It's not an easy spot to get away from. I mean, even Prestige Sealster, I thought could have gotten away better. But no, that inside post doesn't do too many favors to the speed horses at the river.
Well, it's Dupree, Hanover, Sugar. We worked through the little technical glitches. Your picks were great tonight, and have yourself an enjoyable day off or whatever you do. And then how about Wednesday? We'll gather at the river again.
No rest for the weary. I'll be back on Wednesday. Nice job tonight, Gary.
Talk to you later. Back in front of us, there is number 1, Dupree, Hanover, 5-year-old Stay Hungry Bay Horse, owned by Bradley Grant, trained by Greg McNair. Brett McDonald's the winning driver. First win on this season, 9th lifetime. Dupree, Hanover scores in race number 8. The 8th race payouts. 1, Dupree, Hanover. Pays $970, $390, $270. 3 Crazy World, $280, $240, and 2 Prestige Sealster, $270. $2 exact, $18. Dollars round, $21.85. Dollar high five, $821. Double of 2 and 1 is $17.80. Dollar pick 3, $53. Dollar pick 4, $149.35. 20-cent pick 4 is $29.87. The 8th race order of finish from the top down is a 1-3-2-7-6-5-4. That's 1-3-2-7-6-5-4 on the bottom. Well, fans, that concludes the live harness racing program for this Monday evening. Action resumes on Wednesday night. Our first dash will go to post at 6:20 p.m. Buenas noches, amigos. Good night, everybody. Great job, Josie and team.